In part 3, we'll construct the main module here, and we'll add a couple of the expansion modules on, and then finally we'll take you through the build of the add-on light module. So with that, let's get started with the build. We're going to first start off with our output chest here and build our input or our output string here, and then set the furnace for the main module. So we're going to come over and we'll place our initial output chest here, and then we need to build our output string here, place our chest, and we're having to crouch click because each of these are a container, so if we try to right click on them, we'll actually open them, so we have to crouch click to set the object on there. Next, we're going to add on our supply chest here and the supply input string. So again, crouch clicking input, and then we need our chest on top. And as I said in the earlier intros, you could start out this build with only one of each of the chests, but I prefer having the double chests to start out with, and the wood requirements are pretty minimalistic. And then next we need to add our fuel supply chain, which, as we discussed earlier, will be connecting to the back, and we'll begin this rail across the top with it. I'm sorry. There we go. And then now, since we have to have this supply rail in the back, we want the pipes facing in this direction. So we're going to place a couple of disposable blocks here. So we can click on this block so that the pipe for this rail is facing this direction. And then we need one going in there, in, and then the one that the chest will sit on. And there we go. So as you can see, we have the fuel supply coming out of the chest, going along here. We've got our beginnings of our supply rail here, and one going into the furnace. We have our output channel here, and our input channel here. So we are complete. All we have to do is throw in some coal, and you can see it begin to tick down as it passes through the dispensers, or I'm sorry, through the hoppers, and you can see it piling up in here. So our system is working just fine there. And if we throw in one piece of wood, our furnace immediately begins cooking the wood. And we should have now a piece of charcoal. Perfect. So our main module is working just fine. So let's take a look at the add-on. Now you can start with just the main module, and then as your world expands and you get more iron, you can add on this expansion, as many of these pieces as you want for your world. So we're gonna continue on with our rail, but we'll start with our output chest, our output rail, our furnace. We'll do the input rail and chest, and then we'll continue on with the fuel supply. So we need to skip one space and place our double chest. Again, this could be a single chest. We're crouch clicking to add the hoppers here. We add our furnace, our input, and now we tack this on to our supply rail, and as before, we need to place a couple of disposable blocks here, and we're going to keep the pipe going in this direction, and we're going to add it to here, and that gets our rail going across. There we go. So now we have our second module added on, and adding on every module from this point on is exactly the same. That's the complete build. Next, I'll take you through adding on this light add-on. And again, this is completely optional. You do not need this at all. And just for reference, once we start building over there, that fuel supply chest sits right here, so you have your reference point. So we're going to be adding on to behind the chest right here. So here's the chest. We're going to add a block here. We need a comparator, and we need the comparator facing out away from the chest. We don't need it facing this way or this way. It needs to face away from the chest. We'll throw our torch for our inverter here. And we need a redstone lamp. I'll throw that there. Again, crouch clicking to place the lamp, because the chest is a container. And then we can carry our signal over to our lamp, and that's it. Now our lamp is in place. So we'll grab a couple of stacks of coal here, and as you can see, when we add a stack to it, our lamp extinguishes, and our hopper is transferring it down into this hopper, and it's going to eventually fill up all the way up. So we got everything full, all set, and it's going to continue stacking up inside. So there we go. Throw in another, and it's just going to continue filling up our rails. So we're all good. There's your build. We'll take a fly around here again, so you can see it completely assembled. You can see our rail traveling across the back here, which will supply our fuel to all of the furnaces. And at this point, it's just a simple matter of adding the decorations, filling it in if you'd like. You can leave it exposed, totally up to you. What I did on the wall over there is something along these lines here. Now, I used quartz block here, but this can be any solid block, so we can use our wood. So we can hide that. Now for kind of masking out the equipment behind here, I used half slabs placed underneath right here. So on the wall over there we have access to the furnace, but you can't really see all the mechanism behind it. As you can see here, here's the half slabs. And on top of the chests, these are reverse facing stairs. On top of chests, you have to have a transparent block. And Minecraft considers stairs a transparent block. So what you do is you place stairs facing backwards on top of a chest, and it looks like a solid block from the outside, but it's actually a transparent block and allows the chest to operate. If you place a solid block over a chest, you won't be able to open the chest. So that's it. There's the build complete, ready to go, and decoration is basically up to you now. Thanks for watching.